Minasan konnichiwa. Watashi no namae wa Jonasan desu. I have no idea what I'm saying is right. If it's wrong, don't attack me. I'm literally just trying my best. What's going on, guys? Welcome to your weekly dose of disappointment. My name is Jonathan, and for this video, I'm going to be learning fluent Japanese in the next 24 hours. Or trying to, at least. I'm going to be trying to learn as much Japanese as I possibly can in the next 24 hours. I, like many of you, am currently in self-isolation. The people that really intrigued me were the ones trying to learn new languages. So I, about a week or two ago, started trying to learn Japanese, but I guess I didn't take it too seriously. So for the next 24 hours, I'm going to try to learn as much Nihongo as I hope that that's Japanese. That might actually be Japan. I'm going to be trying to learn as much Japanese as I possibly can in the next 24 hours. Let's go. I don't have this video planned out at all, but what I do want to start with is talking about what I already know and then talk about what it is that I want to learn. I'm like maybe this much more advanced than people starting from zero. When I first started learning, I felt like I just learned mindless vocabulary. Like I know how to say ame, yamero yo, kwatsukete, tamago, but none of that really helps me. Like tamago means eggs, but I don't know how to say the sentence, can I order some eggs? So for this video, what I want to learn is more of sentence structures. I want to be able to say, excuse me, can I please order? And then as time goes on, I'll be able to just implement new vocabulary as I learn it, rather than just knowing the end vocabulary but not knowing how to say the main sentence structure. So that is what I'm hoping to get out of this, but I know pretty much nothing. For the first hour, I'm going to try to learn something that's incredibly ambitious of me. I'm going to try to learn Japanese characters. But first, I do want to talk about it since I did do, like I said, some previous research. From what I understand, the Japanese writing style has 3 different types of characters: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Hiragana, from what I know, is 100% just Japanese characters, and you use katakana when it is that you're using a word that has been borrowed from somewhere else. And then kanji is supposed to be very difficult to learn because these characters don't only mean like one word, they sort of mean something as a whole. So if you don't understand what it is that you're reading, you're not going to understand what it is that kanji is being used in compared to the context. I printed out myself a little hiragana and katakana cheat sheet, which when you're talking about both of them, you're talking about kana. So I printed out myself a little kana cheat sheet here. So first, what I want to talk about is the Japanese is read not from left to right how it's read in America, but from right to left. And not only that, but it's read from top down first, and then you go right to left. So right here, you will see in the first row here on the right, you will see that at the bottom of each hiragana and katakana, there is American alphabet, and that is called romanji. You use that in order for yourself to be able to understand how it is that you would pronounce a hiragana or a katakana using the English alphabet. So right here, you would see if you're trying to read this first from up to down, it's a, I, u, e, o. And then you would move to the next one from right to left, and then it would be ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. So that's how it is that you read Japanese, firstly, and then later on, I'm going to be trying to learn all of these characters in order for me to be able to read something in Japanese. Hi, I'm recording this on my computer, so the quality is probably not that good, but it's currently 5:46, and I started this at 4 p.m. I was thinking that I was only going to learn the kanas for 1 hour, but I knew that that was really ambitious. I'm working on this app, and I barely got through the hiragana part, but I'm checking in because I learned something that I wanted to share. So in hiragana, there's something called a dakuten, which is pretty much like an accent on a form of hiragana. So for example, in the K column, if you add a dakuten, which are like 2 little lines, instead of it being a K column, it now turns into like a G column. So instead of it being like kaki ku ke ko, it would turn into gagi gu ge go. So for example, like the word konnichiwa, if it had a dakuten on it, it would be gonichiwa, which I don't think means anything. But I just wanted to share that I'm learning, and now I'm going to continue working on this app because I realized that I haven't even shown you. So I'm going to screen record my phone. So this is the app. It's called Bunpo. You open that up, and as you can see, I've already worked through all of the hiragana lessons. As you see, they all have a check mark on them, and that's because I worked through every single one of them until I got 100% on them, because I'm committed. So now I'm gonna go through the katakana ones, and let's see how these ones look. I haven't opened them, so I don't know. I'm assuming this is a. As you can see at the bottom, it says show hidden sentence, and when you click on it, it will actually show you the romanji. So it'll actually show you, like I said, in English characters, what it is that you're trying to look at. So this one right here, which is weird because it sort of looks like an I to me. It's supposed to be e. And then you can hear what it is that it's saying to you. And then it gives you a little quiz at the end. So A was the one that looks sort of like a P to me. Oh, this one looks like a T. I don't think that this is the best way, but this is sort of what I tell myself. I like sort of see a letter inside of the character, or sometimes I'll just look at a picture and then I'll try to memorize it that way. And then as you see, it switches them on you. So then it will ask you to look for the character, and then after that, I'll ask you to look for the romanji instead. And once you get a little more advanced, at least I did this with the hiragana, it will actually give you words that you have to spell out with those hiragana, or I guess in this lesson it will be with that katakana. So I guess I'm going to keep going with the katakana lessons, and then once I'm done with that, I'll come back on and hopefully I'll be able to read at least something in Japanese. As you can see now, it is past 7:20. It took me more than 3 hours to learn the kanas, but now what I'm going to do for the next hour is read children's books that I should be able to sound everything out now, unless it's in kanji. It should help with what I'm trying to do, which is to learn sentence structures rather than just words. So the children's story that I'm going to be reading is called Kabe no Nakakara, which means from inside the wall. At least according to Google Translate. I had to translate that because, like I said, it has kanji, and I don't know how to read that yet. But I'm going to tell you guys what I was trying to do. So now that I've learned the kanas, or hopefully I did, I'm going to look at it right now. I have it pulled up, and I'm just going to try to sound it out. And every sentence, or every so often, I'm going to copy that into Google Translate to hear it back to see if I'm even pronouncing the things correctly. And then from that, I should be able to be learning the full sentences. Mukashi, mukashi. I don't know what that means, and there's a comma right there, so that means that that's probably a sentence, or at least the beginning of a sentence. So let's put that into Google Translate right here, and first I'm going to hear it back to see if I even pronounced it correctly.
Mukashi mukashi.
Yes! Oh, I'm so good at this. And I see the translation right here. That means once upon a time. This way, now that I've learned the kanas, I can sound things out from words or like song lyrics or things, and I should be able to learn the full sentences rather than every individual word. So I'm just going to keep doing this with this short story. Now, the next sentence right here, it has kanji, and this was going to be my system for learning kanji. I'm going to first try to sound it out, everything that does have kana in it, and then after that, I'm going to highlight every individual kanji and put that into Google Translate and see what that kanji means. And then after that, I'm going to input the whole sentence and see what it means inside of that sentence. So I'm going to be learning my kanji as it's used through my readings or through like song lyrics or anything like that, rather than just trying to like force cram kanji into my brain. It's about 8:30 p.m. now. I never work out this late, but because of this, I'm on a weird grind right now. So instead of listening to music while I'm working out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a Japanese learning podcast, and I'm going to be listening to that. こんにちは、私は運動しています。日本語を学ぶ好きです. Last time you guys saw me, I was still working out to the Japanese podcast. It's about 10:30 p.m. now, so I think I'm going to call it quits. I got to get in the shower, and I'll continue this Japanese journey tomorrow morning. Good night. Ohayou gozaimasu. God, I'm so tired. It's probably like 20 a.m. I got myself some tea and some toast for breakfast, and I'm going to look at the notes that I took yesterday because I took a bunch, and then when I'm doing something new, I'll get back to you guys. It's now 12:30. Yes, I looked at my notes for like 2 hours. There was a lot, but I wanted to jump back in here because I made a connection. Yesterday, when I was reading that short story, I was having a really hard time knowing when a sentence ended. There was commas here and there, but I didn't see periods, really, and I especially didn't see question marks. So when I was looking at my notes today, I realized that most of the questions that I had translated ended with the word ka. So I started realizing that ka is almost used as at least a question mark, not really necessarily, but like a placeholder for when it is a question. For example, genki desu ka means how are you? And the way that I really made this connection was when I was trying to translate that word, I typed in genki desu, and I hadn't typed in ka yet. And when I first typed in genki desu, That translated to I'm fine. Here's another quick example. So to ask someone, do you understand English? Would be eigo wakarimasu ka? You have to add ka at the end. And the word wakarimasu means understand. The sentence would be English understand? I hope that that makes some sense because it's sort of clicking for me, and I'm not even sure if it's for everything or if it's just for the few questions that I'm learning, but it's something that's helping me right now. I've downloaded 2 more apps. I'll screen record this in a bit, but these apps are really helping me because they're teaching me exactly what it was that I wanted to. For example, I learned how to say I want. Watashi wa hoshi. So if I wanted to order, let's say like I was saying earlier, if I wanted to order an egg, I could say, Tamago watashi wa hoshi. And now all I need is to know how to say different things that I would ever want to order. Yesterday, I read the word lemon, which is remon. Remon watashi wa hoshi. And actually, if I'm correct, I don't need to say watashi. Watashi is saying I, but if I just add a wa instead, so remon wa hoshi, it's implied that it's me who wants the lemon. It's probably not the kindest way to order something, but now I'm understanding at least simple sentences. I'm now screen recording, so let me explain the apps that I'm using. Funny enough, one of them is called 24 Hours Learn Japanese, which is what I'm trying to do. And it goes by like lesson plans. There's 1 through 24. I guess you're supposed to do one every hour. And when I clicked on the first one, it gives you just simple vocabulary, which was what I didn't want. But it reads it out to you, and it also gives you the Japanese characters way to spell it out. Lesson 1 didn't necessarily help me. It was lesson 2 where I really felt like this one helped me. For example, this one gives you simple basic phrases. I mean, like that's the title of the lesson. And this was where I learned how to say, I want, I don't want, how are you, I'm fine. Because this actually gives you more so the basic structure. This is where I learned wakarimasu ka? Which means, do you understand? And after that, I was able to learn how to say English. Eigo wakarimasu ka? But I could also just change that to Nihongo wakarimasu ka? And now it would be asking, do you understand Japanese? Rather than do you understand English? This app is just called Learn Japanese, and it pretty much works like this. It gives you different lesson plans, and you'll just click on it, and it just has a bunch of different words, sentences, and vocabulary. And once you click on it, it'll read it out loud to you. That's the first one under greetings. Hello, konnichiwa. But what I really like about it is that it actually gives you sentences rather than just, like I said, vocabulary. For example, like let's go down here to, what is your name? Anata no namae wa nan desu ka? And you actually understand how to say a full thing rather than just the word name, namae. You get to understand the full sentence rather than just the singular one word. Oh, and look, Anata no namae wa nan desu ka? It ends with ka because it's a question. I don't know if that's right. I need to Google it. It's 4 p.m. now. I've just been working with those apps, and honestly, they've been working really freaking good. But now it's time for me to go get some lunch. Guys, it's currently 5:40 p.m. and I was on this app. It's called Hello Talk, and I made a friend. Well, it's been 24 hours. Guess it's time to hear me try to talk in Japanese, huh? God. Let's get to it. 緊張しています。皆さん、こんにちは、ジョナサンです。24時間日本語を勉強しています。からは上手的でした。どうも、日本語美しい。私は日本語を勉強。完璧な日本語は話せません。メッセージを送ってください。一緒なランチ一緒よし I need to practice more. Thanks for watching, guys. Sayonara.